Hi, Reverend Debby here, coming to you from the Center of Spiritual Living in Minneapolis. And I want to wish you a very, very, so prosperous new year. Here we are, 2023. It's a great place to be, 2023. And so this morning, today, Reverend Joanne and I just wanted to take a moment and share with you some of our thoughts and some of our tips and tricks as we go into this new year, fully ready, fully knowing Spirit is with us. So would you join me in a moment and let us just close our eyes and take a conscious breath. Just allow ourselves to be filled with the peace that a conscious breath takes. And then let us exhale out as we give back to this wonderful place. Here at this center, we know the one basic truth. The truth that there is only one power. And that power is for good. And that power is greater than we are. And that power we can consciously use for our greater expression of our good. For our greater expression of our oneness. Which takes me to the mission of this center, which is to teach, demonstrate, and inspire that positive spiritual approach to living. That approach to living that reminds us that we are all connected in one way or the other. Always. And so with that, I am going to ask Reverend Joanne to share with you some of her thoughts on the new year, on moving into it in full action.
Happy New Year. Let me begin by quoting Ecclesiastes 9:7. Go eat your bread with enjoyment and drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has long ago approved what you do. We're here, I think, to experience life in a joyful way. That power that created everything and everyone is experiencing life in, through, and as its creation. So let's give that, let's make that experience a good one. And to quote Orison Mardon, he's an author and the founder of Success Magazine, he says this: deep within man dwell these slumbering powers that would astonish him, forces that would revolutionize his life if aroused and put into action. So how do we arouse these powers? How do we put these powers into action in our life? I'm going to share a little bit with you about how I do that at the first of the year, which I think is a very helpful tool. And remembering that we are spirit having a human condition, this is all a part of being spirit and using some of these tools. I like to make a little pie chart, divide it into several pieces. And of course, the first one to look at is spirituality, because we want to make sure we're in a good spiritual place, that we're remembering who we are, and then things fall into place as we use these various tools. So I've done this for many years, even before I found Science of Mind. And before I found Science of Mind, the spirituality thing was a big chore for me. I couldn't figure out how to come to a good spiritual understanding. It was just a very difficult thing. Now that I've found Science of Mind, something that makes sense to me, something that I can embrace, I can look at other things. For instance, you might want to think about, do I want to, this year, do I want to join a book study group? Do I want to contact Celeste and say, I'd like to be part of that Thursday night group? You might want to say, I want to read more of this particular author. Make a note, set an intention. Maybe you want to learn more about the beliefs of some of the other religions. Learn about Buddhism and Hinduism and Islam. Just fill your head, know things, learn things. It's healthy to expand your thinking. If you don't have a meditation practice, you might want to consider that. There's so many ways to get involved in meditation. You can do it on your phone. There's so many meditations you can go to, or on your computer. We have meditation at our center on Sunday mornings. And the other thing you might want to do, if you haven't, you might want to have a prayer partner. So this spiritual piece is such an important one because everything kind of falls underneath it. And for many of us, and myself included, physical stuff has been it's always kind of on my list every year. Oh, I gotta lose some weight, gotta lose some weight. So I did this last year, and I want to share with you the poem I wrote to kind of keep me on track, and it was called "It's Not Too Late." All right, I'm too darn heavy. All right, my body's weak. All right, I may lack energy, hence changes do I seek. All right, you say you're 74. How can you think you'll change? For years I've been attempting this. Whatever can I rearrange? In answer to your inquiry, I have a secret plan. Intention set, I've said a prayer, assuring me I can. Good habits, that's the answer to the prayer I did release. Toss out what does not serve me. New habits give me peace. It's not too late for exercise. For eating well, it's not too late. It's not too late to make some changes. I know it's not just up to fate. Says William Henley in Invictus, I am captain of my soul. I am master of my life. Why should I not attain my goal? Then bring on Happy New Year. My goals and plans no longer wait. With God's hand guiding me in grace, I know that it is not too late. So we can do things physically to stay in good shape, take care of our body. This is all we got. We got to take care of it. May not need to write a poem. You may not need to go on a diet, but perhaps you want to join a gym. Maybe you want to find a walking partner. If you want to take a yoga class, there's so many ways to reach out to yourself, take care of yourself. So we've got the spiritual picture. Under that, we've got the physical. And then it's really important to consider where you are with your relationships. If there's any place in your life that you still need to practice some forgiveness or let go of your judgment, wow, this is a good time to take a look at it, be honest about it, and set an intention to heal. This last year, I had an opportunity to have my kids' dad, my ex-husband, we'd been divorced for 50 years or something like that. I didn't know that I had any resentments against him, and yet having him here, it was a healing event, because what I did forget is I forgot his good qualities. I forgot the positive attitude that he always kept. I forgot the fact that he had such a great sense of humor right up until the time he died. These were important things. So look at your relationships and see, are there places in my life where I want to heal some relationships, set some intentions. And if you're having difficulty with this forgiveness part or healing part, see a practitioner and talk about that and get a spiritual mind treatment. These things can be healed. It can change your life. And then, of course, there could be a little square for your financial situation. Are you living within your means? So many of the people that come to practitioners for treatment, that's one of the concerns. I don't have enough money. I'm always struggling. I'm living from paycheck to paycheck. And we know that that's the case for a lot of people. And there's things we can do about that. You know, statistics say that a lot of people haven't got a good system for saving for retirement, and even people who work for a company, for instance, with a 401k may not be contributing to it because it feels like, oh, I got to spend that money now. There are ways that we can take a look at our financial situation and begin living in a more a healthier financial way. I read something that this company called Perfect Brew said women spend about $2,327 per year on coffee. That's a lot of money. It's over $6 a day on coffee. Now, I love coffee, so I'm not going to chastise anybody for that yet. Just saying, there are ways we can change the way we live to make it be more sensible, take a more sensible way of living. Another thing with our finances, where are we with our tithing? Are we practicing our tithing? Because as we know, as we give to the place where we get spiritually fed, there's a flow, and we want to keep that flow going. As we give, we receive, and it's a very healthy practice. So perhaps this is a time to make some changes in your finances. You might want to take a look at your career. That might be a little piece. Your job, what are you happy with it, or is it time to change something? You might take a look at a little piece for your recreation and vacation. It's important that we have some downtime, that we enjoy our life. So I suggest that you take a good hard look at these various areas, and your homework would be to spend a little time thinking about how you want to begin this year. And I would recommend, if you are motivated, to perhaps talk with a practitioner about it and say, here's where I'm stuck, here's where I'd like some help. This is a wonderful way to start the new year. So I suggest that you set some intentions and have a happy new year. And I'd like to leave you with a blessing. May you be at peace. May you know the beauty of your own true nature. May your heart be open. May you be healed. May you be blessed. Namaste.
Thank you, Reverend Joanne, for that idea. I love that idea of a wheel of life, so we can see how balanced we were and how balanced we plan on being now that 2023 is here. I want to share with you something that is dear to my heart. It is a way that I start off my new year, so I make sure that I am open to whatever is happening. And it is in the very beginning of the Science of Mind textbook, which was written by our founder, Ernest Holmes. So sit back, close your eyes, and listen to this. Peace be with you, with thee, stranger. Peace be unto you, stranger. Enter and be not afraid. I have left the gate open, and thou art welcome in my home. There is room in my house for all. I have swept the hearth and lighted the fire. The room is warm and cheerful, and you will find comfort and rest within. The table is laid, and the fruits of life are spread before thee. The wine is here also. It sparkles in the light. I have set a chair for you where the sunbeams dance through the shade. Sit and rest and refresh your soul. Eat of the fruit and drink of the wine. All is yours, and you are welcome. I envision this year, 2023, saying that to me. That is how I start my new year, knowing that it is all available. And I'm already at the table. I am at the table where everything lies before me. I just need to choose. I need to be ready, and I need to be open. Oh, and I need to be willing. You know, sometimes that willingness is what catches me. But right now, as we start off this brand new baby year, I invite us all to know that we are sitting at that table of abundance, that table of bounty. And that table, we're not there alone. We are there to share and to experience all that life has to give. And right here and right now, I invite you just to give thanks with me for knowing that we are really not strangers. We are all connected. Peace be unto thee, unto me, unto you, unto all. That's kind of where it starts. And from there, once we recognize, once we really embody that knowing that a table has been set and there's a chair for us, once we embody how powerful we are as we consciously tap into our power, man, there is no stopping us in 2023. That, I believe, is the truth. Mark Twain wrote, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking everything down. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks, and then start working on the first one." I love that idea. That idea of the secret of getting ahead is to get started. Join me as we get started, remembering our truth, remembering it, respecting it, honoring it, blessing it, and then let us get moving. And let us get moving together. Here at this center, we get to gather together a week from today. And on that Sunday, we are going to do some of the traditional year-end things. We are going to have a burning bowl, just in case there's anything else you want to release. We are going to have the white stone ceremony, I'm going to call it, where we set our intention for the year. And we are going to celebrate with song and with fellowship. And then the 4 Sundays after that, we're going to get busy getting busy. We're going to break things down into that simple pieces. We're going to fill it full of that God stuff. And then together, we're going to just see how it works. Because what I know, what our founder Ernest Holmes stated, is that this philosophy, this faith, this teaching has no value and no merit unless we put it to work and prove it to ourselves. So join us. Join us as we set the stage for 2023, and then we get busy, getting busy, doing what is ours to do, and opening up to Spirit what is its to do. Sounds like a plan, doesn't it? I hope you join us. We will be on YouTube. There will be a link, there will be a Facebook notification of some flavor that takes you there. I'm not sure how that all works in the background, but somebody much smarter than I am does. So we hope you join us either live or not. Let us together walk into 2023 not only full of the goodness of our own life, but let's make it the goodness for the planet, for the world, for that universal level of love. It's what the world, I believe, needs. I know in my life, I can never have enough love or enough peace or joy. So let's get going on that for the world as we get going on that and so much more for ourselves. That's all I have for you. But I would like to close this out with a prayer. So, again, that conscious breath. Because in this moment, I remember that there is only one, and that one, whatever I call it, it is. It is the consciousness. It is the love, the energy, the peace, the joy. It is the Alpha and the Omega. And each and every being on this planet is an individualized expression of it, in divine partnership with it. And as I consciously remind myself of this truth, I also, right here and right now, I claim clarity, focus, ease, and grace. I claim love and joy and peace. And I am willing to let go of everything and anyone that is no longer serving my highest and best as I step into my highest and my best. I give thanks for knowing this truth. I give thanks for being able to live it, to share it, to be in company with like-minded individuals, powering it up, turning over to God what is God's to do, and saying yes with celebration for what is mine to do. Because what is mine to do is to be still and be grateful. And then to get busy doing the work. That's the truth. It's the truth for me. I hope that that is something that you can claim for yourself as well. And with that, I'm going to say, and so it is. Namaste. Be well, stay well. Much love.